do has some level of friction, associated with it. And then learning anything new is just that much more friction. We're all hardwired to just favor the familiar, everything that we do. Entrepreneurship Center can provide all the tools that you need if you're commercializing a business or if it's a social impact endeavor, to be able to pursue that as well. So how can a center deliver, provide, enable the tools that you need, the resources that you need in order to be able to be successful in executing on your vision? So, one of the things that we did when we were engineering the Trusted Peer eCenter platform was to identify and to realize that, what you don't want is you don't want anybody to be able to have to change their behavior, because there's a lot of friction and they won't. So what we did was we took everything that you're doing already, that we are doing already, and we put it into one platform, make it easier so you don't have to jump around. So, what does that mean? So what are the things that you do right now that you already know, so you don't have to change your behavior? So, I email, I text, I chat, I use a Google Suite, or I use a Microsoft suite of applications. I use a calendar. I schedule meetings. I'm a Zoom bee. I share documents. I send them around. I watch videos. I create videos. I share videos. I fill out forms. So, it's the thing is that if we ask people to change what they're doing, they're not going to do it, especially with regard to, what they're already burdened with, which is a whole entrepreneurship process, which can be very, very difficult in launching a company. I'm familiar with, and I empathize with you on that. So the thing on a platform, and again, I'll get in and I'll show you all of this stuff. But the thing that is that you have to understand when you're using a platform is that there are multiple types of users that have to be able to use a platform. That is participants, that is the entrepreneurs themselves. There are the mentors, advisors, subject matter experts. They're the faculty members, instructors. There are as well business partners that the center has partnered with. So each one of those is going to look at the platform, use the platform differently. So what that means is that depending on who you are, what user group you're in, you only need a certain access to those tools. If you're an administrator like Eva and Heather, well, you're going to want to have to go deep. You're going to have to want to have access to the data for data-driven analysis and decision-making to constantly improve on the programs that you're offering. So what we've done is, and I'm going to share my screen, pop this up here. But, one of the things that we do, as I mentioned, is we took all of the things that you're normally using, okay? All of the different applications, all of the different passwords that you've already signed into, and we put them all into one place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I'm not going to show you the Chico Start and Chico State entrepreneurship platform. I'm going to go through and show you a tricked out version has additional tools that Chico Start and Chico State have not yet implemented, but will be, okay? So let's look at the platform from a user's perspective. So what this is as a entrepreneur's perspective, right? What things that I need to do. So, I go in, I sign in, and the things that I typically want to do is I want to engage with an expert. I want to schedule a meeting. I want to work on a program if it's assigned to me.
Oh,
Uh,
Phil, I'm
Yeah,
raising my hand to let you know, we don't see anything on the screen here at Chico Start about any of the other workshop participants. Nope, nope,
It's just white.
just white. Thank
it's
you.
just white.
Okay.
Well, I am sharing. Oh, okay, hang on. Got it. Oh, now you should be able to see everything. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the default was a whiteboard. So like I said, we take all of the different applications that you use daily that you're familiar with, and we put them all onto, a single platform so that you don't have to jump around. So you don't have to always be, signing in, moving from one platform to another. It's all integrated in one spot so that all of your content and data is in one place. So when you are an entrepreneur, right, as part of Chico, right? So what you are able to do with the platform, you sign into the platform. If you're a Chico State student, you can use your net ID, but you sign in and you can engage, find an expert, find whatever expertise you need. You can schedule meetings to engage with your expert or mentor. You can work on a program that's assigned to you. You can sign up for programs. And of course, you can also, update any information about you as it changes, as you develop your concept. So, first and foremost, it's a network that enables you to identify and find the expert you need. So, what you can do is browse and search, pretty simple, basic stuff. But if you're looking for, say, an expert in underfunding, grant writing, and what we find is that Chan is the expert. Let me look at his profile. What are the things that I can do? So what I can do is I can ask a question, communicate with Chan. This is all going to go through, behind the scenes. You're going to send a message, but what it's going to do is he's going to receive it as an email. He doesn't have to change anything that he does. He doesn't have to sign into the platform in order to be able to communicate with you and to receive your communication. You can also schedule a meeting with Chan. And, what are the things that we do when we schedule? Send out an email. Does this time work for you? Does that time work for you? No. You go back and forth and back and forth. So, if you're all familiar with Calendly, we've enabled office hours. We've enabled integrating whatever calendars you're already using, right? So you don't have to maintain multiple calendars. Nobody needs to maintain a multiple calendar using the platform. So, you can go ahead and schedule a meeting. Also, in addition to browsing and searching, you can also do a search. So let's just say I'm looking for an expert in, I'll throw this out, platform design. Well, who is that going to deliver? Well, that's going to be me. All right. So as an example, walking you through this. So when you schedule a meeting, and you can use Zoom, Zoom's already integrated. So you don't have to say, gee, let's make this a Zoom call. That can be your default, really simple to set all of that stuff up. If you're a Teams person, you can you set Teams as your default way of meeting. Whatever time you want to meet, guys, if I schedule a meeting, then what we do is I can pick any of the times that this expert, Philip Bouchard, has set as his availability. And if you're familiar with Calendly, you know how that works, is that you've got Calendly, which is an overlay to your regular calendar. I happen to use Google Calendar. I only, use the one calendar. I do use Calendly, and I also use Trusted Peer. So what it does is that, I'm available except when I'm not. And so you're going to be able to see that as a entrepreneur who is looking to engage with a subject matter expert, or who already has an ongoing relationship with a mentor or an advisor. So, what do I do when I schedule a meeting? Well, what I like to do is I like to look back at okay, what did we discuss the last time? So, again, everything is in one place, so that, normally off platform, what do I do? So if I've got a meeting coming up with, somebody that I've met with before, what do I need to do? I need to go back into my notes, go to my email. I need to go, check all of that stuff. Here, it's all in one place, so this is a meeting that I had before with the expert mentor, Philip Bouchard. I'm David Kavanaugh, by the way, in this example. Now, in addition, this is a team meeting, a team lead of a startup company called Blue Strobe. So the platform also enables, multiple participants for any of these meetings. And everybody is going to get the notification of the meeting. The meeting will all automatically be put onto your primary calendar. I use Google Calendar. So when this is scheduled with me, it's automatically going to go onto my calendar as a Zoom meeting. When it's time to meet, just go in and click on the Zoom link, whatever that for whatever the time is on that. Everybody on my team, here's my team: Denise, Janet, Catherine, Roger, and Sally are on my Red Strobe team. And we're also bringing in another expert to this, Bonnie Figueroa, because she's very familiar with, intellectual property, say. Need her in on this meeting. So makes things really simple, all in one place. In addition to that, how many times have you had a meeting where the first 10 or 15 minutes are, well, gee, what do you want to meet about? And the worst situation is, oh, I don't know anything about that. So, that's not the best use of everybody's time. So what we do is we enable in advance, right, for you as an entrepreneur to be able to say, this is what I want to meet about. This is what I want to get out of the meeting. The benefits are pretty obvious to all, because it's important for the mentor. It makes it easy for him or her to be able to prepare for the meeting. It also makes it so that they can ask for clarifying information. Hey, say business model canvas. Do you have a pitch deck or a video that you've made as a draft of your fundraising pitch? All of that can be communicated in advance. And again, it's all captured in one place. If you have enabled text messaging, not everybody uses email, then those text message notifications and messages are also going to be captured here as part of this meeting. So, if you need to share documents, quite simply, you can, the usual way of sharing, but we've also integrated, Google Drive, anything from your Google Drive or Dropbox or YouTube or any other kind of links that you can share. Once you have the meeting, the key things that you want to do is document the meeting again, so that when you do have a follow-up, you know what was discussed before and what was recommended. What are the next steps? So that when we do engage again, we're all on the same sheet of music. And then lastly, for Eva, and is you can tell them, gee, how effective was this expert? How effective was the meeting? So, it's, again, everything is in one place. It's really simple to go through and get that done as you go through with the experts that you want to engage with. Any questions on that part? Okay. The next thing that we support on the platform is what Chico Start is offering, and that is programs. So if I am, again, I'm David Kavanaugh, here's my team, and we have a program that we are engaged with, at Chico Start. It's a general entrepreneurship program. So, what is a program? A program is, it's a series or a set of sessions. It's a series, of modules that provide guidance on, what and when, how you meet, and when, and for how long. And then also, what are the tasks and deliverables that are part of the program, part of completing the program? So, and as you check them off when they're completed, delivered, right? Again, everything is going to be in one place. That is all of the instruction, all of the videos or any kind of documents that you're supposed to review as part of preparation for a module or a session. How to engage, the links right there, that's a Zoom meeting here. How to, again, share, upload any tasks or deliverables that are all going to be put right here on the program page, on your program page. And that way, everybody on your team can see by whom and when. We also have integrated a chat channel. It's everybody's familiar with Slack. This is really quite simple. So, the chat channels, when you do message, the recipient is going to receive a notification. Hey, there's new chat. If you're not on the platform, you'll get a notification. Oh, there's something new that I need to look at. The interesting thing is that you don't always have to go to the platform in order to view and to the chat. You can respond directly from, the notification that you received. So again, integrating communication, integrating directions and guidance, integrating any resources that are provided, like a business model canvas template, for example. Also, and let me just close up these sessions. So, we're looking at the status of them. Well, some of this stuff is late, hasn't been signed off on. But the other thing is that as part of the program, when you do have meetings, then they're appended to the program page. again, everything is all in one place. So you're not going all through your emails or all through any of your other applications. We keep everything for you in one place. There's also an optional progress and challenges. So that, as you go through, you can provide input to the instructors as to, what your status is and what challenges you may be experiencing. Why is that important? Because, this is just for one team, but if they're supporting a cohort of multiple teams, well, then the instructors and the administrators can actually see, can step in and see clearly when there is any, issues to be addressed, whether there are any challenges that need to be mitigated, whether there are any recommendations for expertise to be able to address problems. Okay. The platform supports any number of programs. We just showed you a cohort-based program, general entrepreneurship program. I mean, the platform can also support self-guided programs. It enables you to self-assign if that is an option. Competitions, boot camps, hatcheries, accelerators, workshops, lecture series. I mean, whatever program is being offered can be supported by the platform. And then as you are assigned to a program or have signed up for a program, well, you're going to be able to see that and then jump into, where you need to be on that program. Okay. Again, any questions, let me know on that. Platform also supports any number of resources. So, if you've got a content library of videos that support, as sort of the resources for a program, really very simply, you can go through and view, browse the content library however you want. I mean, here we've got 3 entries for the business model canvas. So, whatever information you need to get, whether it's a video on how to complete your business model canvas. But again, that's all part of a content library. You can also have internships that local businesses are offering to students. This can be a jobs board so that for your startup, if you are looking to hire, this can be, the resources can be a place where you can say, gee, I'm looking for an expert in customer discovery. We're going out and doing some additional primary research. So you can find, those experts, somebody who has the expertise that is looking to be hired. And then if you are looking to be hired, you can also post your own skills, whatever they may be. That way, when I post my skills, I can then message and say, gee, Marcy Chase looks like exactly somebody that I would want to interview to see if they want to join my team. And then again, right on the platform, you message. Marcy will receive an email or a text if that's the way that she wants to communicate. She can respond. You will get her response in however you want to receive it. You don't have to always be on the platform. in order to get the information that you need. It'll come into your email inbox and you can, respond from there. But the platform is going to capture all of that information. All right. So let's shift a little bit here. And now I'm going to change hats and I'm going to be a mentor. All right. And this way here I'm Bonnie Figueroa, okay, who is one of the mentors in the network. The whole home dashboard is now different because, as I said in the beginning, I have a different set of needs from the platform. And so, here are some examples on that. So, how do I make myself available? How do I set my availability on the calendar? How do I work on different programs? And remember, I can be a mentor for individuals. I can be a mentor for a particular module as a subject matter expert. I can be an instructor. And, so I can work on programs in many different ways. If I have meetings coming up, I can see what they are. If I need to confirm any meetings, I can certainly do that. I can also go back and look at the meetings that I have had previously. But let me go back to my dashboard here. One of the other things that the platform enables is forms. So if you're familiar with Google Forms, it's what's great about having forms integrated is that if the form is an application and somebody is applying for a program like the General Entrepreneurship Program, well, then we can have viewer of the forms. In this case, it's Bonnie Figueroa. And this is, a particular form that Isabella Rodriguez had submitted. And Bonnie is the designated reviewer of that particular form. This could be for competitions. It could be for applications for an accelerator program, say. And so, this way, as Bonnie reviews the form, she can, this person is accepted, this person is rejected. I can communicate directly with part of the application, and the application is then, retained on the platform for administrators to review, for the designated reviewers to review, for the person who submitted it to have in their database on the platform in there. So, that's something else that the platform enables. Okay. As an administrator, and now I'm going to be an administrator, and we'll see that we've got a whole different set of options and tools for me to use an administrator. And this is where, I can go in, I can develop programs, right? I can add users, I can assign users to different programs. I can archive programs. So if back and look at all of the activities, let's say for the past 5 years, accelerator programs, which teams were involved to be able to analyze that. I can create forms, as I said. These can be applications. These can be part of competitions. These can be, program feedback, whatever kind of forms you're looking to do. The other thing that we enable is that as your entrepreneurs come into the center, what you can do is make recommendations for, because you're so familiar with the network, and you're familiar with the needs of your entrepreneurs, right? Oh, I've seen that problem before. You need to speak with Bonnie. You need to speak with Heather. So and what I can do is make a recommendation on that so that you get that recommendation, you go in, you can see that, oh, okay, Eva has recommended this expert to me for this problem because I came into the center with this question. So there's a lot of flexibility that is in the platform. There's also integrated within here we talked about the programs, which is basically a learning management system. But in terms of communications, there's a whole CRM system that's integrated so that you can message and communicate with any team, with any category of experts. So you can do shout outs. It can be for any cohort. So essentially, any of the groups or categories that are created of the network, these become, if you're familiar with messaging, aliases. So you don't have to say, gee, I want to send it to this team. Who's on that team? Oh, I need to add these 5 people to this email message. All I need to do is go to that, to that team. Let me show you how that is, because it's pretty simple. So again, I'm on the whiteboard here. Let's see. Here we go. Sorry. That just defaults right there. So if I want to go in and send a message to the Red Strobe team, so here's a Red Strobe team. I can see who's on it. Okay, here are the right people. And then I can send a message. They will get their messages in their email inbox. Right. So, it's all the same functionality of Gmail or Outlook. But it's captured on the platform so that all of the communication that I have with that team about that particular program, I would be. So again, I don't have to go through all of my Gmail. I don't have to create all these extra folders. It's all going to be on the platform. When the other thing about the platform, which is great from an administrator perspective, is that when I send out a message that has multiple recipients, I will actually be able to see who actually opened the message, right? Which is hugely beneficial for me. Not only because I know who opened the message, but also who didn't, right? Maybe they didn't get it. Maybe they don't use their email inbox. Maybe they've got another email. Maybe I need to give them a call because I have that information. If it's really important, I know that I need to follow up. So, again, what are the tools that I need depending on who I am, whether I'm an entrepreneur starting a company, whether I am an expert, an advisor, a business partner, or a mentor within the network that ChicoStart has developed and made available to the student entrepreneurs, or whether I am an instructor, an administrator. How do I have all of the information and data to make informed decisions to support the entrepreneurs that are working with me at the center. So that's the Trusted Peer eCenter platform.
All right, thank you very much for that overview. Can you show kind of can you walk through, please, as if we were setting up a program? Because I think that has a lot of, given the people
Okay.
on right now, that'd be very useful.
Okay,
And just for fun, let's just call it Team 452.
sounds good. All right, so let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. So I am an administrator. I'm going to go to programs. I'm going to create a program.
Okay,
So
we're gonna create a new one.
I can copy this so I don't have to start from scratch.
Okay,
Okay, so I'm going to
general entrepreneurship.
let's just say that. So, and then what did you want to call it?
Team 452.
Okay. Okay, move this out of the way. Okay, whoops. Okay, all right. So we are, the thing is I've got links in that other
Oh, okay.
program. So let's just copy it from this
Okay,
one.
that's a deal.
Doesn't matter, right? I mean, we're
Mhm.
just, so here's Team 452. Okay, so I've
Okay.
created this
Mm-hmm.
and I now have, so it's created. What does it look like? These right now are not relevant to me, right? Adding users,
That would be
assigning
relevant.
user, deleting.
Yeah.
But let's go look at that. So let's see. So what we've got is so I'm going to, so this is going to be summary information.
Okay.
About 452, okay? And so this can put in images, it's, here's my formatting toolbar. So I can put anything in here I want, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, the next section is resources, right? So this is, I want to, I don't know, I want to put in templates. I want to put in, I don't know, instructional videos, or I'm not quite sure, but these are like the, as part of the syllabus, call it sort of the reading list for a syllabus, but whatever resources that you want to provide.
Okay.
And then what we can have is, who is the default mentor on this?
Mhm.
Let's just make that, Bonnie.
Okay.
And who do you want to send objective completion notices to?
Right.
So
Right.
remember as I go through this, if I'm a user and I, click on each one of those, then I'm going to be completing this module or this session. So who do we want this to go to? So let's send this to, I don't know, Chan, right? Let's just say,
Okay.
but who to send this to is to Heather and Eva. Do you
Right.
want anybody else to act as an administrator to be able to
Right. You can put this
modify the program,
Mm-hmm.
as we're going through?
Right.
So what we've seen is that sometimes a university will only put out, say, the first 3 modules because they don't want people getting ahead, and then just
Right.
add a module, add a module, add a module. Adding a module is really quite simple.
Mm-hmm.
This out of the way, we're going to add an objective, and we're going to call this, I don't know, customer discovery.
Okay.
And let's see, we're gonna move this. I'm gonna move it up here because that's gonna be the third one because we think it's really important.
Mhm.
We want to change that and let's, I don't know, we'll call this 21st. And, here's where we can put whatever information we want. So this can be meeting, logistics.
Mhm.
This can be the Zoom link. Right? So this can be, embedded videos. Videos to watch. Whoops. Whatever you want in there. It's sort of instructions, sort of
Yeah.
like, what we want to accomplish here. So think
Right.
about it this way. If I am a participant and I am, I sign in, I go into this module 3 and it says, customer discovery.
Mhm.
What is it that you want me to do?
I could put the form in there, or I could,
Right.
right, okay.
So, the other thing is, I want you to submit interview questions.
Right.
Okay, let's say draft. Because this is going to be, kind of this. And see,
Yeah.
we also want to submit list of potential interview candidates.
Okay.
And so, what this is going to do, and so, it's going to mean is that, so let me go back to this. Let me just take a look. I'll show you what this does. Here we are, team 452. So we go to the template and now we've got customer discovery here. And then we've got the draft interview questions. Now, what I want to do is, this is done. Now I can assign it, and I can assign it to teams or to individuals or to an entire group. So if I have a cohort of 10, 452 participants,
Right.
let's just assign this to the Red Strobe team right now. So
Okay.
that's easy.
That's fair.
So now I've assigned it to the Red Strobe team, and I can go in and look at the Red Strobe team. Red Strobe team is going to, they're going to upload, these tasks. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to say, okay, I've completed these. Okay, let's
Mhm.
mark this objective complete. And so now I'm going to show you what that looks like. Go back to the program. You'll see this is now green.
Yep.
Okay. So I know that, Geo, they completed that. And then when I click on more, I can see, who's on the team, who's the instructor, who's been assigned, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. That's awesome.
So,
Thank you for indulging me there.
yeah. So, it's, you can copy from any programs that you have, outstanding,
Mhm.
any programs that you've archived previously. And then you can just edit them or you can start from the beginning. The other thing that we have, Trusted Peer Entrepreneurship, is we have an extensive library of programs that that we can, kind of populate for you. So if you're looking for, I don't know, a competition or an
Yeah.
accelerator, we've got many examples for you.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. But enough about me. Other workshop participants, any questions on this so far? We're down to our last like 8 minutes. Maybe go back and review if no one speaks up, and feel free to interrupt me. Go back and review some of the resources you already have embedded in there. I thought that was really useful, or maybe show off a new tool that I'm not as familiar with.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so again, I've got it defaults to so if I go to resource, here's some businesses that are hiring. So where would this come into play? So, you can, the Chico community, as you reach out to any of the businesses there and say, hey, gee, are you looking for, students to hire, or if you've got, internships, right? So, all of this stuff is configurable. These are just different templates. And, there's Bonnie again. But, what I would recommend is that, what are your needs? So, what we'll do is you tell us what you want what information you want for internships. We'll provide you with the template that then can be populated. Similarly, for, businesses, what information do you want? Here's Jack Welch. He's hiring for, a summer accelerator. And if you are an individual, even if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're a Chico student and you are looking to get hired,
Mhm.
you want to show that you're available. So, for Sarah student, she is, here are her qualifications. So all of this stuff is, don't look at this as, gee, it only has qualifications and other startup experience. It can be whatever you want. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
Whatever information you want. If you wanted to link to a LinkedIn page, that's the platform is very flexible. The key is that it's a platform that's integrated and that it is configurable and editable. So, whatever that you want to customize it, the platform can support that. If you
That's what I love about it.
if you want to, if you've got for example, if you want to be able to reserve offices or meeting rooms, you can do that. If you've got 3D printers,
Mhm.
that's something well. So, the resources, this is not a comprehensive list. It's whatever resources that you can come up with, they can be listed under resources on the platform.
Mhm. Yeah, that's wonderful. All right. All right. So any additional questions, Philip, while we have our subject matter expert? No? Okay. If anyone is interested in leveraging all the great tools that are encompassed on this platform, please touch base with us here at Chico Start, either Heather or I, or go to www.chicostart.com and we'll hook you up. All right.
Also put the link in the chat.
Oh, and Heather put the link in the chat. All right, great. Well, Philip, let's give Philip a big hand, please, everyone. Thank you so
you.
much.
Thanks very much.
We always appreciate you. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for coming up.
Thank you.
Thank you in the chat too. All right, we'll let you go, Philip.
All right. Thanks very much.
Happy Entrepreneurship Week.
Yeah, have a great
Thank you,
rest
Philip.